How to stop sealed deck cheaters. It's actually, to me, the biggest problem in cheating in Magic is people adding cards to their sealed deck, like the best bomb rare, a Glyph Keeper, or a Glory Bringer.
Even a good uncommon.
Yeah, this has been for ages. We've known about this. Welcome in, much love, Trappier, Donald Smith, Lingering Souls teammate. I remember the Star City writer got caught in like 2000 for adding some red rares to his deck. I remember some kid at the pre-release doing it, and we need to talk about it because we were just at Richmond, we were at dinner with a judge. He said in one of the rounds, 3 players were DQ'd for adding.
Out of 3 or 4 deck checks.
Yeah, and GP Beijing, 7 players were DQ'd for adding.
Yep. And
then just heard a mid-level pro at Richmond got caught for adding.
Yeah, maybe.
That's a rumor that we'll hear more about later, but the big issue with this one, why I think it's the biggest problem with cheating, is because the players can't catch it.
Yeah, you can't protect yourself. It's impossible.
Right.
Actual impossible.
If someone tries to draw an extra card against me or pull a card from their lap, at least I have a chance to catch it right then. But if someone shows up with a stacked deck, what can I possibly do? So it's really frustrating. People are really mad about it. We've been talking about it on Twitter, and someone came up with an incredible solution. And that solution is, well, first of all, the reason that it's hard to catch is because the GPs will have 1,600 players, and there's just not enough judges to do very many deck checks.
You probably check less than 1% of the deck.
Yeah, I've never been deck checked at a Grand Prix.
Me neither.
Most players have never been deck checked. You can get away with adding for almost forever.
Yeah.
You may or may not get caught. So lots of people do it because people want to win, and they know that sealed. It's like, I deserve this to win.
Yeah.
Like, I'm good. I want to get to limited. I'm not going to cheat once it's limited because there's stamped cards or whatever.
Honestly, it's plus EV.
Yeah. So there's no. I mean, the problem is you get caught and you become scum in the community, and everyone hates you.
And you're just a bad person.
Yeah, you're a bad person. But that's not enough disincentive for most people because you pretty much don't get caught. So the issue, the reason why it's hard to fix is because the fix you're thinking about is more deck checks, more judge power. It's just not possible without raising the cost. But there's a great one that lets. The solution is basically to allow the players to check their opponents after the round. This is awesome.
Yeah.
So there's 2 ways this is implemented. When they do pre-reg, like if you have buys, you got a pre-reg printed sheet. They print 2, and one of them you submit to the judges, the other one you carry with you. You don't even have to say what you played so that people can't scout your exact deck.
Yeah.
But at the end of the round, I can say, hey Donald, can I see your pool sheet? And then I look at it, and it's like, hey, this is not in here. That's it. And just the threat of that is going to stop most cheaters and allow you to protect yourself. You can do it as a habit, not even like, yo, I think you're cheating, but I'm curious what's in your pool. And
what's your pool like?
Yeah, so that's an incredible fix. That's really easy because it takes no extra time, no extra manpower. You just print 1 extra sheet of paper, and it stops this problem. The second one is you don't necessarily have the manpower to pre-reg 1,600. They generally do it just for buys. And the way that you prevent... Also, that doesn't prevent people from cheating by changing their main deck and sideboard. I just don't care about that very much. Like, if you change 2 cards, I'm concerned about you adding stupid mythics that I can't beat. Right? So the other issue is people like bringing their own packs or whatever. I think that's less of an issue because you have to like sleight of hand it in because you're opening your packs in front of each other and then hand it off and they register.
Yeah.
At this moment, you spend an extra 3 minutes to copy the pool onto a new sheet and then give it back, and they carry it with them. And then that takes an extra 3 minutes, takes no extra manpower. Then when I look at your sheet afterwards, if there's anything crossed out or whatever, I can be like, what's the deal? There's no judge signature here.
Yeah.
This thing. I mean, I guess that one is a little bit harder because you can just add one thing, and you're not going to count it all up and say you have 50 you have 125 cards, supposed to be 100 or whatever the number is. So I think the best solution if possible, and this can be done because it's becoming standardized. Channel Fireball is now doing every single GP. If they pre-reg every deck and print 2 copies, problem solved. No more adders cheating, period. It's not that hard to do.
It's so clean.
Such a clean solution. And we're paying $100 for these. They should do it.
Yeah.
The rake is so high, they should do it. And I would throw in another $20 just to know that no one's cheating.
Yeah,
you know?
I would too, honestly.
Yeah, so if it's an issue of manpower, I think a lot of people would be down to pay a little bit extra just to prevent that. But it's not that hard. I mean, all you have to do now is pre-reg all the pools and print 2 things. And then again, like Martin Yuza on Twitter said, you know, I have 2 sensors, now I get scouted, I'm a big name, so people are going to tell people that I have Yuzas. You're not allowed to take a picture of it, and that's why you don't have to have the deck that you played, just the pool.
Yeah.
So there's some doubt about what's in the deck.
Yeah, you don't know if they're going to play 2 sensor, you don't know if they're playing any, and I mean, scouting on a day 1 seems kind of marginal. I mean, it could happen, but I think you'll lose more games to cheating than like a guy knowing that you might have 2 sensors in your deck.
And it's also just mentally, like, it just makes me sick and a lot of people sick to know that you play against Glorybringer rounds 4, 5, and 6.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, what's going on here? This is way too much.
Exactly.
So what we can do is talk to Channel Fireball. Again, this isn't my idea, some random, I think it's like Wobbles2 on Twitter, came up with this. Tweet at Channel Fireball, send him a message. You see John Sasso in person, talk to him a bit about this, and say, you know, I'm concerned about cheating in GPs. Here's a really simple fix. Pre-reg everything and print 2 deck sheets, and you're allowed to ask for it after the round. So go tweet at them, send them an email, comment on the articles. If you're a CFB writer, make an article about this. Do it. I mean, you don't have to attribute it to me because it's not me. It's just a good idea I saw on Twitter. So I hope that this gets fixed because I'm thinking about Vegas and how there's going to be 3,000, 4,000 people and 100 judges.
Yeah.
And just, I don't want to fucking deal with that bullshit.
And maybe 50 get deck checked.
Yeah.
If even.
Yeah, and meanwhile 10% of the field is adding cards. Like, how are you supposed to? It's stupid. So, yeah, well, I mean, let us know what you think in the comments, and yeah, talk to you soon, and hopefully, if we play at Vegas, I'll be able to show you my red sheet. Although probably won't be in time for that, I imagine.
No.
But yeah, we can hope. So, anything else?
No, that's about it.
All right, see you guys.